Hi, now here my table on the other side. Uh, I want to do a little intro, and I'm a really confused course. It's always record something what's already recorded. So I'm doing an intro now, and I've done 5 minutes ago the outro for this puzzle video, and I making room and space on my table and clearing up all the circle of color puzzle that I puzzle. I really wanted to, the first idea when it came up, I really wanted to show you every circle of color puzzle I have. That's now 6, I have now 6 of them. And then I thought maybe speedrun one. And then I thought maybe speedrun all. And then I think, oh, make a speedrun out of all 6, which will win? And you can play with, maybe write me in the comment. You see now all the 6 puzzle I own and where it got from and what artists they have and the little details when I've got this. And then the speedrun route goes on, and I speedrun every of my 6 puzzle, time myself, and then you see the timing what I have for each of the 6 puzzles. And then I review, then I show you all these puzzles and which one is the fastest one and which time, and which one is the last one with which time. And I think it's nothing else I should say to, it's only starting the video. Of course it's really long, I'm sorry, it's really wrong, but I don't want to break it up in pieces, so it's really long video, it's 1 hour, but there are so many speedruns, 6 speedruns in there, and you see a little bit explanation. Maybe I ramble a little bit about how I approach puzzles, but I try to make this as short as I could. It's long, I know it's long, but I cannot make it shorter, and I really wanted to have them all collected in one. So now you see all my puzzles. Maybe make a guess in the comments before you see all the speedrun, which would be the fastest. Maybe you guess right. And we see each other in the end of the video. So bye for me, and enjoy this race of this circle of color puzzles. Bye, and enjoy. I will puzzle this with time. A second, I think I'm familiar with these puzzles. All of my circle of colors puzzles, I'm familiar with that. And I will make a speed compilation, so which puzzle of my circle of colors will win. So I will show you, I think we started with this one, but I think I could show you every one that I have. So I have here 6 circle of colors. My very first, when we begin, my very first was this one. I've not really chosen it. This puzzle is, I think, made in 2022. It says made in Czech Republic, so the first one are made in Czech Republic. And the one I have, the artist is here is Farah. That's always a nice explanation from the artists. Every puzzle of the Circle of Color series has a special artist, and she's a mandala illustration. She loves rainbow colors, and she started to draw in 2016, and here's a little bit information, but it's really not much. And here's the one, it's a world map with this nice mandala sort of pattern. It's really a good one to start with. It's one of my easier one. Only the white is a little bit, I think I would like to have not this white, but to have the colors in a more way back, so that that's a section of blue, so that the pie is in the middle, and that's this section is then light soft yellow, light soft orange, light yes. I feel that if they have chosen to get the colors within, then it would be a nice picture, but it's only me. And this is one of my not so favorite puzzles. I not doing that often, but it's really an easy one, and it's really a relaxing one. Course of this repeating pattern, it's really a fun one. The second one I've chosen, I saw it and then I feel in love with that. I love sweets, and this is the sweet treats all over the world. It's such a nice thing. It's also in the same series, and it's made also in Czech Republic. It's made in the year 2022, and the artist is Olivia Gibbs. She's from Spain and lives in the US. Yeah. The inspiration for the colorful illustrations are some of her favorite delicate tastes during her travel. So that's all things that's sweet. And then the name is Desserts. Here is the name is it's Mandala. And this is Desserts. Desserts. The next one I've bought was this one. I love flowers. I love flowers. And I have to choose between the flowers and the one with the fruits or the vegetables. I'm always, when I see this one with the vegetables or the fruits, I'm always tempted, maybe I get me this too, but this catch me. I love flowers to do. I have so many flower puzzles. I always tend to do them. I know flowers are really difficult, but I love flowers to puzzle. So this one is also made in 2022, made in the Czech Republic. It says flowers. And the artist is Shirley Lee. Yeah, she is from California. And yeah, she really likes to draw plants and flowers. Yeah, that's a really good one. And I've timed myself already with this puzzle. It was really a good time. But we do this a second time and see how I improve, or I'm not improving, or I don't know. I don't want to speedrun this really. I wanted only to time when I'm doing this in this regular time. The next one I've got is one of the second series. This one has more this wedged kind of circles of colors, and this is more in the middle and then a roundabout. So out of them is blue, then came green, then yellow, orange, and in the middle is this purple and pink tones. And that's the difficult one I've got. That's really difficult one. It's so pretty. I love this. Like I said, I love the sweets one, and I thought when I see this, I think that's a jelly cake with baiser or cream. It's so beautiful. It's so funny also with this swirls and this unregular pattern, and you don't know which one leads to each other, and the colors really blend and mix in each other. So that's got relatively easy, and that would be more problem. But in this row, the whole thing is so difficult to do, and also the plate is only blue and have this pattern around it. That's really not the thing of you can build it really good. And here we can see, I think that's funny, cause here is the date here. It's made in the year 2023, but it's also made in the Czech Republic, so they made the puzzles there. The puzzle from this rainbow tart, rainbow cake, is the artist is Ina Markova. She's from the Ukraine. Yeah, that's a nice thing. I don't know that the artist was from the Ukraine. It's really a nice art. So this is one of the toughest one I have. I think that's the difficult one from all my 6 puzzles, but I usually don't mind if it's a little bit more tricky, but that's really also a beautiful puzzle. The next one I've got is, I think, this here. When I started to collect the things, I think I'm in search of the Pokeball and I didn't find it. And then I also think I wanted to have one of these round circles with this pattern, with this inner out, with these round patterns. And I wanted to have a second one of this. And this is also a good story, what I can tell. So, but let me see, it's also made in the Czech Republic. It's made in year 2023. And the artist is Anna Galitskaya. Galitskaya. I don't know, she's from German. She lives in Bayern, Bavaria. And yeah. It's nice to read about the things, but I never read the artist name, so I don't know why. It's always, the picture is more more in my mind than the artist, but it's always the style of an artist. And it's so funny that every puzzle of this color circle puzzle has one artist. So all 6, I think, from the starting, and all the other, I think it's always 6 in a set. But I don't know. I don't have all this, and I don't want to have all this. I own enough. Yeah, is ice cream, and of course that's a really bowl of ice cream. Has really bold ice creams in there and many toppings and fruits, all kind of fruits. I think that's kiwis and raspberries and yeah, also pretzels. That's so nice, and the flowers and mint, yeah, and blueberries. That's one of this inner circle and out, and this is way more easier than this. It has more things of building up to. The sticks are 3, but you can decide it's not, that's the whole way through. And here are the waffles and the pretzels, and the ice cream also have all this separate pattern. Each ice cream has another color, and so you can easily see, oh, this piece must belong to here, although the plate is really plain. And that's the last thing of the round of when you're doing then the last of bunch and you filling then the corner pieces. That's a funny story. Of course, I've bought this where I go. I've bought this and was really excited, puzzled this, and it had 2 missing pieces. So this puzzle has 2 missing pieces. I have really been careful not to crumble apart, so I've really been sure that this puzzle has 2 missing pieces in the bag. It was not my fault. I really searched after I puzzled it, but I have all the pieces there. I was sure there were 2 connecting missing pieces, and if you have left one and it's falling on the ground, okay, but two that's attached to each other, I knew that must be the first puzzle, the first ever puzzle I have from Ravensburger that has missing pieces. And then I write them to them. The service was really good. I think after an hour and 1 or 2 messages back, I've got the second copy and that's full. So I have now a full whole puzzle and one with 2 missing pieces. And I've been thinking about making a replacement piece, but also painting with my own art on it. And I want to spray paint white and then making patterns, or I don't know, maybe making another thing like Mickey's Hobbies. Or making a logo or making patterns. I don't know now. Maybe I do an own circle of color puzzle and trying to recreate a self-made circle of color puzzle. But therefore I have got me my second copy, not thrown away, but here still. And I'm not sure when or how I draw on this, but I think I will create my own circle of color puzzle with that. Of course it has missing pieces and I think I make a big replacement for the 2, and yeah. When I painted it then it would not be that obvious that there are missing pieces. So I'm really glad that I have a new copy of a whole puzzle and I can use the second one to create my own puzzle. So the last one I've got is from the newer series. That's really a fun surprise that they came up with a new circle of colors and they have this dark background, and the pattern is now not round from the middle, so it's more like the first one with the swatches, and this mushroom one is one that hops in my mind. This was one that pops and I wanted to have it. So that's also made in the Czech Republic 2023, and the artist of the mushroom is Elisa de Assis. She's out of the Philippines, and yeah, she painted realistic and at parts surrealistic, and that's a really, really beautiful one. I really love this puzzle. I've puzzled it now, I think 5 times. It's always when I pack it up, it's a little bit tricky because these mushrooms and the color scheme, you're not always been sure where this is. Of course, sometimes something is mid between the green mushrooms and you think it must be in this corner. And this pattern, the mushrooms at itself has so much fun in it. This is really a difficult shroom, but it's always the lighter colors are always the easier, or that I tend to draw first. And this is a little bit missing out the more yellowish things. That's really more dark and dense, and more this blue. This green section is really a good section, and this purple and pink. But the mushrooms are so funny. I really like to puzzle them. Yeah, that's all my 6 circle of color puzzles. And I think we start with this one. I wanted to do this in time because I really wanted to know which time this is. Let me take it back. So, hopefully not too shaking, sorry. But we start with this puzzle and time this puzzle, and then getting one and the next and the next and the next, and then we see which puzzle is the easiest, which puzzle is the next, which puzzle is the hardest. I could guess now that the hardest one is the jelly cake, the rainbow cake. That's really hard one. All the others, I don't know how to rank them. I really been curious which puzzle would take me which time. Yeah, let me see how they begin. I think all are more or less crumbled in the box. I think I have to crumble a little before I start the puzzle. So I don't know if I wanted to start now. It's now 12 and I'm getting now hungry. I think I will lay it here. I have said everything I wanted to say. I will make a break, and when I feel better and have lunch and everything else, then we start and then we're doing the puzzle. But you will see this now. There we are, and we start now. Geschafft, dass ich das ordentlich noch nachgekehrt mit da genau ins rumliegen. Gut, dass ich das jetzt schnell und nicht da. Dann, wenn es mir total fertig macht, dass es schon ist. So. So. Oh Mann. Oh Mann. I think that's a bad time for this puzzle, although it's 1 minute and 12 seconds over an hour, so it's a good time for it. But I really wanted to do this under 1 hour, but I'm stuck already in the middle section and to taking the things in and the grapefruits, and I think the outer rings were then when I decided to turn everything, and I think this was a good decision. So a piece ham and here and always checking, always playing in my best side, it's always the best case. But when you're in the middle and round and you think, oh, that's the grapefruit or the orange, and it has to fit in, and even if I would look at the box, it's so difficult to decide which design is where and how it is to rotate to fit in my picture what I'm seeing here. So now I stopped looking at it at the first sight, and I have problems with the inner corner, and therefore I really was tense to not finish it under 1 hour. And I'm not fresh, so it's afternoon. I've eating dinner and I'm full. My back hurts. Everything is not good. I make excuses for not having a better time, but that was tricky when I puzzle it randomly here and there, and this with this round structures of colors are a little bit difficult than the wedge structures. So that was this. I think I came back tomorrow and puzzle the next with speed. So see you tomorrow and to the next color wheel. I just don't know. Sorry. I really want to do sweets. I think that's the easiest one from the series, but I really don't know if maybe I've done it so much that it is the easiest for me, or it's the flowers, or it's the world map. We will see. I think we do now this. Let me see if it's efficiently crumbly. I really hate it when pieces are together. I normally not thank the puzzle god for sticking puzzles together where they belong or where they don't belong. I just don't want to. I want to do the whole puzzle and I want to have everything separated. And therefore it's always a little bit annoying when there are pieces stuck in together. So, but I think without further ado, we will start the timer and start puzzling. I knew that it is an easy one for me. I love to puzzle this puzzle. It has so many little details and this color scheme with the sweets. It's so a fun experience. It's always when I touch a piece I know a little bit. I knew where this belonged. Of course I puzzled it so often, so maybe it's a little bit of bias. Of course I've done it so often, but really impressed. I got under 1 hour. It's 50 minutes and 16 seconds, so it's a really good time for this one, I think. Although I think it's the familiarity of this image and I fly through it. I love to do this, and I knew the downer sections, the yellow and the orange, is always the little trickiest one. The green and the blues are always the things that I've begun. The lilac, the pink and the red slow me a little bit down, and the rest is a filling in, and it was a nice thing, a joy. But I don't need the picture to remember what is in there. I knew the cookies are in the middle. I knew I don't know, filled donuts are here and they have the sugary pattern, and the donuts are here. The ice creams, here is also an ice cream, I think. And the pink with the many strawberries is a little bit tricky, because there are strawberries everywhere. But you can build the glazed apple and the cherry and then the in-betweens get connected also. You have always a little bit small sections and dig them in and dig them in, and it grows and grows, and trying to fill in the gaps. But sometimes when in the blue section only one piece is missing and there's so less blue that it's lost on the other pieces, then it's get caught till the end. This was this piece that was in the end. I really missed that I have holes there up, but yeah, I think I flew through. That was nice. I really find it relaxing. I really been thinking too much and not solely concentrate on the puzzle, and although I didn't solely concentrate on the puzzle, I built it. I think a really good time for this. So yeah, I guess it could be the one that wins the competition of all my 6 puzzles. But I love this puzzle. It's sweet. Yeah. So now we stop and we get on to the next. You will see then the next. I will relax and maybe doing a second one in the afternoon or tomorrow, I don't know. But in the video it's all cut too, so you get here the next, and I will relax and have breakfast. So bye from me. Timer. Looking in the box and see how crumbled this is. I think I take the poster out so that it's not disturbing. The poster is always, when the poster is in the box, then I have always the thing of, oh, maybe some pieces stuck in the poster or under the poster, and I'm really been nervous about missing pieces. So I take the poster out this time. So then start the timer and build the puzzle. Wow. 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 I mean, that's a surprise. I've done it under 50 minutes. Under 50 minutes. I think the last one was 50 minutes and 50 seconds or somewhat like this. But here is 48 minutes and 46 seconds, so that's a really good time. I mean, it's an easy one. This wedges, you always collect colors and wedge and colors and wedge and colors and wedge, and the rest of them are filling in white, but I have this filling in white as more tedious in mind than it was today. It was the last few pieces getting in really easy, but I was not nervous. I'm sure I need the time that I needed, and I trying to do the pieces that it's from the form, the distinctor, and puzzle with the form, and the shapes are really nice also if they are solid white, but the shape is really nice. Here the middle section is no problem, you find a piece, stick it in, ready, set, but all these other pieces, they are more tedious normally to do, but I've done it 3, 4, 5 times, so maybe I'm not thinking about it. And when the distraction in the colors were the countries and the white in there, that was a little bit more tricky. I'm struggling a little bit with the yellow and also with the orange, and then the green was so gappy, but I have done the lines and in between and the filling in, and they're always getting new pieces, and these wedges are one color with only a block. Only these 3 blue colors really similar to each other, although this little bit lighter you can see, and this little bit darker with this pink section. And this is a really nice pattern. You can do a whole row and they come together, click, 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 click. So that was really a nice thing of. And when you have one row between the other, then you can do the other one easily or more easily. And this is not so deep, so the wedge is not bit till not getting up. So here you have a really gap of only white, and but therefore not so many blue pieces. And here is a really blue chunk, and there is no distraction in it, so these pieces go in easily, more easily. The pinkish pieces, there's so much country in it that there are so less pieces, so they connected normally relatively easy, and so did this sort of pieces cost red. There are not much, so you have all in your hand and then filling up the white. So it was a good decision to get in started with yellow, and then I see on the thing and I think orange, and I don't want to do the red because the red and the pink are really difficult, so I started to do the other way around and started from the green, the dark green, the turquoise, the lighter blue, and the blues, and from there it's starting to fill in up. So I dump all the pieces here, and then it was only 35 minutes when I see I have the last things, but I thought it would take me longer to build this section, but it was faster than the last one, so that's my best time for this sort of puzzles. I really don't estimate this as the one that's one of the easiest one, but now it's the easiest one of this all. So we see each other in the next puzzle. I will make a break. Maybe tomorrow we start to do the next one. I'm not sure. This is a time I cannot beat. I mean, I have now the flower one. I really been showing up, curious if the flower one is now a better time than I do it the first time, and it would be nice to also have a time in this range. Maybe we see. But so today we trying to do rainbow cake. I'm not sure. I don't think I get under an hour with this puzzle. It's really a difficult one. Yeah, we start on the timer and we puzzle. So, alright. Jetzt haben wir sehr wenig Plätze, wenn wir Sachen reinkriegen. Irgendwann muss es dann vorbei sein, ehrlich gesagt. Irgendwann muss es vorbei sein. Ah, verdammt, das ist ein... Wow. I don't know, when I last saw on the clock, I know it wasn't a good time. I was over an hour 15, and then I have left the blue and the outer ring, and I think it took me 5 minutes only to do the edge. I just don't know, maybe I should have done the framing in front of and collecting them and doing them so that I have a collecting frame where my mind is still in good condition, because the last is only a try and error, and I don't like this style of puzzles. I usually grab a piece and I know this knob must be in this and then it fits and not. But in this stage I don't want to sort my pieces anymore. I don't want to rearrange everything and build framing without looking at the other side of. I only want to dig in them in, and therefore I have to first build the inner ring, and yeah, and then the other ring. But these 2 rows take me ages, and this also. That's so difficult. At one point I start to shape sort. I mean, when I have this blue and green and there were a lot of pieces left, and I try to do a little bit shape sorting, because then I recognize, oh, there must be a funny shape piece or really big, or then I have these gaps, and gaps you can fill in with all this normal shaped pieces. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm under 1.5 hours, so I would make it in the 90-minute range, but I don't think I cracked the time that it's under 1 hour. It's impossible. For me, it's impossible. I don't think that anyone could do this puzzle under 1 hour, but yeah, you never know. Someone is better than you, is quicker than you, is better in thinking than you, and is faster to connect pieces. Maybe also having another strategy doing the framing, to have then the outer and the inner ring that's grows together. It would make maybe a difference. I don't know. It's always, I have collected the pieces also. I could do them first, but I don't like to have my puzzling space. I then have to only have this arrangement around. I've liked to have my puzzle pieces in my side and then not having a framing that's lock my pieces in or out, or where I always must rearrange where I could lay puzzle pieces here and there. And I usually also lay puzzle pieces on my puzzle, so that was also a thing of I'm done often, because when I have only a rest of green or only a rest of yellow, then I have all these pieces that I think, oh, that's really green, or yeah, there is a bunch of slightly cut off yellow, then I throw them in so I could see them, and when I have a spot, oh, there is a yellow, then I can grab them from the middle. Yeah, that was a really difficult one. I knew that's the difficult ones from this color of circles that I have, and I think there is from this series, I don't think that there is another one that's so difficult like this. It's a beautiful, gorgeous picture I really love and I really like, and when you have all the time in the world, then it's also fun to build it, although it takes long. But it's really a nice looking puzzle. This whole swirls of icing, it's so beautiful. I really love this color scheme and the circles and this bright popping up colors. But to speedrun this, yeah, I don't know. I think the mushroom one is also a tough one, but this is aligned with wedges, and I don't think it take me that long as this one. I think that's the difficult one. I think that would be the last one. But I've really been glad that I'm under 1.5 hours. I have 1 hour, 27 minutes and 11 seconds. And I think it's amazing time. I could look at how long it took me by the first, but I think I was over 1.5 hours, so I'm really glad that I'm now under. I have improved, but I'm now really exhausted. So here we stop and we see each other in the next speedrun. So now we get on the flower one. That's the last before the last. I don't know what's the last before the last. I only have the mushroom one and the flower one. I think the mushroom one is the crumbliest of all one. They are fitting together and I can take it and get it up. The mushroom one would crumble, so I do the mushroom one at the last. Although I think it's a little bit trickier one that wouldn't be that fast. This, I guess, is maybe one of the fastest. Yeah, I don't know. The first time I do it, I collected the colors and doing one wedge and one wedge and one wedge and get further and further. I think that's a good approach. Also, that was the best time I had the world map, and then I did a color and a color and a color, and I think this is the same wedge style, although they are really a little bit overlapping. But I think that it also being that that this sort of style of puzzling is the best for this. So turning everything upside down, not sorting the edges, not sorting anything, sorting one color. Usually I begin by the yellow or the green. I really been drawn to brighter colors. Sometimes the red. Most of them in pictures are the red, but there is more sky, more pink, but yellow is one of my favorite color, or green to begin with. I don't know, when I see this wedges, I knew I puzzled it, but this is a little bit turquoise and this is more blue, but it's overlapping and it's really a big wedge, and I don't know if I would rather start with a small wedge where the colors of the flowers are more similar. So this is more of a bigger wedge. This is really dense good. This is a bigger wedge, and here the overlapping between the orange and the red is also a little bit tricky. So it's always strategizing a picture when you know it and you have puzzled it so much, and then strategize it even further. Maybe it's getting a better time, or maybe it's overthinking. We will see. I think we start the puzzle and start the time and start the puzzle. So start. Hopefully there's nothing left. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's finish. It's always a little bit of a problem. Was it better or not? 44 minutes and 70 seconds is a really good time for this. It's under a quarter of an hour. And yeah, I thought I could do this a little bit faster than only slightly under 1 hour. Of course, I'm so familiar with this picture, and now when I'm trying to do this really fast, I trained a little bit so that I can reach a time. I think this puzzle, when it's really familiar with one of the speed puzzle, I could do in half an hour or 35 minutes. So I'm 10 minutes under really high rank, but it is a good time. It's a really good time, but I forgot the time that I got for the map. I knew I was surprised that my sweets puzzle is not better than the world map, but this is one I thought it's one of my first rank because it's so easy. And I really don't know, have I beaten my time or did I reach similar? Is this the first or the second? I must check out. I didn't remember all the time. I knew I have a really good time under 50 minutes by the map, but now I have a really good time under 50 minutes, so it's in the same range. I think the sweet one was over 50 minutes, but under an hour. And yeah, the ice cream one was also over 1 hour and 4 or 5. And the really difficult rainbow cake was slightly over 1.5 hours. I needed double the time that this took me. But I'm surprised. It's a really good time. I think I'm really pleased with that. And it's really a beautiful puzzle. I like to do this flower puzzle so much because I love to do flowers and it's so colorful and bright, and it took me only 1 hour to do. Tomorrow we get then to the mushroom one, and then I write down every time and we see each other in a short sum up of all the speed puzzle runs. So yeah, you see then the next speed run of mushrooms. Bye, Vermina. I feel a little bit of it can be a really nice thing to play around with all the 6 puzzles when they build. Even I don't know if it's a good idea to do this. So let me see if this is oh, my washing machine is wandering. So this puzzle is very crumbly, so it's usually easier to crumble and there are not many things that are attached to each other. So let me close this up. This is the last one of this series. I will try to erase this also. And then we see which puzzle wins the battle of the easiest puzzle or the fastest puzzle. I don't know. I'm not sure if the world one or the flower one is now the fastest, and I don't think that will be the fastest, but where would it land on? More on the side of the rainbow cake. That's really slightly over 1.5 hour or slightly less than 1.5 hour. Or would it be in this 1 hour 15 or 1 hour range like the ice cream ones? I don't know. Let me see where this lands. So we start to be puzzling here. No! Start, I say. Without starting, if you didn't do the puzzle. So. I don't know if I wanted to sort. get this any. So I was really frustrated at the end. I just don't know. That's a really tricky pattern to puzzle. Yeah, 1 hour and 10 minutes and 70 seconds, so that's not my best time. I don't know if it's a little bit better or a little bit... No, it's a little bit worse than I think the ice cream. That's another one that's I not puzzle so often, but this was also a tricky image to puzzle, but this is... It's so funny with these mushrooms. I really like this puzzle course. It has so many interesting patterns and colors and sorts of mushrooms, and I really like these rooms. They are also funny. But to speedrun it, it's really a little bit tricky because they are looking like they are not belonging to each other, but the colors and the patterns are often the same, and you mix them, or the mushrooms are so small that you don't know how they fit or have only 2 pieces, and you can't assemble really good things together, and you're stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck. But this is the mushroom puzzle, and therefore I say goodbye. So hi to the rest. Hi to the end and to the resume. I wanted to have all this puzzle, and I have all this puzzle here, and I wanted to lay it in the order that it took me, but this last this this mushroom puzzle is such crumble puzzle, so that I have to lay it down, and to get it on the other puzzle I have to slide it on. So we will see if I can get my puzzles now ordered, and I will slide it down and slide it down in the order that I get now the times in. So like I foreseen, the rainbow cake was the worst time from all this puzzle. The rainbow cake take me 1 hour 27 minutes and 1 second, and is therefore the 6th of all the 6. I've looked it up, I've puzzled it once, and I was right. I was over 1.5 hour, 1 hour 33 minutes and 13 seconds. That was the thing, but the second time I time myself, I get it under 1.5 hour, but it's really difficult. The 5th one is the mushroom one. So that's the one that's really crumbly. So let me slide this in. The 5th one was the mushroom one. The mushrooms took me 1 hour 10 minutes and 17 seconds. And yeah, I don't have other time for this. This is relatively new, so I only have this time for this. The 4th place is the ice cream one. I never thought that it would be so deep down. So of course the pattern is really distinct, but this pattern with this round structures are a little bit more difficult than the other with the wedges, although we have seen that the mushroom one was not so easy. So the ice cream one is on 4th place with 1 hour 1 minute and 12 seconds. So this took me over 1 hour, and then it breaks up. The next one is under 1 hour. So the 3rd prize wins my sweet puzzles. So the sweets was the 3rd. The 3rd one. I really thought it could do this a little bit better, and I was really surprised and really glad to have the time for this. So the sweets took me 15 minutes and 16 seconds. I done it one time and I done it in 1 hour and 15. But this time I really concentrate and make this faster and make it in 50 minutes and 16 seconds. I was really surprised and I thought it was really a good time, and I thought it would be rising up, but it's the bronze medal winners to say this. And the second place got this world map mandalas. So not crumble, so get this on. This is the world map with this mandala. It calls mandala. This was my second best time from all these color wheels I've done. The second best time was 48 minutes and 46 seconds. I have not done this with time, only mixing two together, so I've never timed myself when I'm doing this. So this was my first time I timed it, and it was the second fastest building. And the winner is this flower one. I know I could do this really fast. I know that's one of my best built puzzles and one of my puzzles that I built at ease. And I've done it many times, and I was really surprised. This was my best time for all my color wheels that I own. It's 44 minutes and 70 seconds. The first time I built this, and I timed myself to do this for the Battle of the YouTube 2 Puzzle 2 as practice, and then there I've done it with 53 minutes and 20 seconds. So I've nearly 10 minutes better than the first time I built this with speed. It was really a good time. I was surprised and glad. So that's my best speed run. I don't think I have a better time ever with a 500 piece puzzle. This was my best time. So here we have this in this order. I've conquered it. So I've speedrun everything, every puzzle here on my puzzle color of my color wheels. I puzzled everything with time, and this is the fastest. The second place get the world map mandala. This third place get the sweets. The fourth place was the ice cream. The fifth place got the mushroom, and the sixth place, as I anticipated, was the rainbow cake. This is really the hardest one. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed all the speedruns and stayed with me with all the datas, and congratulate me for this really good time for this puzzle. And I've really been thinking that was such a fun experience to compare the color wheels I have, and I can color wheels. I always say color wheels. It's the circle of color line, and I've got the 6. I think in the future I will buy me more, and then I will speedrun and see how they fill in the gaps there. Because I find this a darker one circle of colors. That's the newer, really good, and I wanted to have this insect one and one with shells and flowers in, and I have so many I have an eye on, but I not get. They are not now in the shops, and when they are coming, then I will buy one and buy one and buy one. I really think I would. So but therefore I have only 6, and the 6 speed runs. So it was really a fun experience and a fun video to make, and I'm really glad to do this and done it. And yeah, I'm really proud of myself to have this good time. So only here it starts with 1 hour and 1 minute, and all these 3 other are under 1 hour, and this is close up to 1.5 hours. So you see that's the variety of pictures that are easy to puzzle and pictures that are really difficult to puzzle. And when you have a circle of color and you wanted to have one, maybe choose in this direction. But to puzzle are all casual really, really good, but this is also really tedious, so be warned from this puzzle. When you don't want to have a really difficult puzzle, then don't buy this. The other I can highly recommend. I find this, although it's the 5th place, this mushroom one highly enjoyable with all these forms and patterns. That's really a beautiful and nice one. And my favorite one would be this sweets one. I've puzzled this so many times and it's one of my absolute favorite puzzle in my collection. But if you love colors and 500-piece puzzles, I usually don't, but this circle of colors have drawn me in and I really love the series. I hope they get along and get series 3, series 4 and get along with that, because I'm really glad to have all these colorful puzzles in my collection, and I love these round shapes. I really like the round shapes. They are so funny and so enjoyable to do. I hope they make more and more. I can't get enough from them. So I think that was all I have to say for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this whole speed run with me, and we see each other in the next. Hopefully you get to the end, because it's so long. The video would take 1 hour. But I didn't want to break it up, so the next time I would try to make shorter videos, but this time totally sorry for making you watch me doing puzzles for an hour and talking about puzzles for an hour. So we see each other in the next. Hope you have a nice day, evening, morning, midday, whenever and wherever you watch my video. And we see each other in the next shorter one. Promise. Bye!